Yo, what's good? Minasan konnichiwa. That's it, it's done. Glossika, finished. Owarimashita, finished. 6,200 plus new sentences, 5,000 plus new words, 100,000 plus reps. It's done, man, finally. I thought I needed to do more sentences, but the Glossika team reached out and explained to me why I finished at 6,200. But it's still a lot, man. It's, my God. So according to the classification of the software, I'm C1 now, but I'm not C1. And that's not coming from any humility, that's legit. I'm probably like a super high A2 or like a super low B1 at best. It's weird knowing that I wake up and I don't need to do new cards. It's like I've been released from jail, bro. Like, man's out, bro. But I haven't fully technically finished because there are 500 cards I have favorited because I do want to go over them specifically. And I'm still going through reviews. So even though I finished them last week, well, technically new cards, I had like a review avalanche of 500, 700, and then 400. And I've got even reviews to go through today. So I'm not fully finished yet. And until the review amount goes down to like 100 a day or 200 a day, Glossika is still going to be the thing I'm going to use every single day. So like, I'm out of jail, yeah, but I still need to see my probation officer in it. Or like I'm on curfew or something like that, I don't know. Knowing that I don't need to spend mental energy on new cards, it's giving me the chance to look at Hiragana and Katakana. I spent like a week last year doing Hiragana, and then, I don't know, it was a discipline, but by sheer nature of me looking at the Glossika cards, I've naturally picked up quite a few Hiragana letters. So the des at the end, the ni, the o, the a, I picked up a lot just by sheer nature of looking at it. I mean, again, it's contextual learning. So yeah, I can follow through some sentences of just pure Hiragana, but if you ask me to read it just by itself, man, boy.
Like, shut up, bro. Bang you in your face, bro. You're mad, bro.
Again, man, comprehensive input is a key in it, yeah? So if I'm learning this Hiragana Katakana stuff, yeah, and it feels too strenuous at this moment in time, yeah, I'm just gonna throw that book away, man. Like I don't like this book. And so now I'm gonna be a bit more attentive as to the Hiragana when I'm following the sentences. As long as when I was in China, I'll see certain characters, for example, Truko, that I see so many times. I just, by sheer nature of the amount of times I saw it, I just eventually learned it. And again, like Japanese letters are in isolation of each other, and so it's actually easy to learn. It's not like squiggly lines joined together like Arabic or something like that needs to be broken up for you to understand it. I'm not trying to say it's easy, but again, just following through the Hiragana right now as it is, it's definitely manageable, and I reckon just going through the reps themselves is enough for me. But I do need to take some time to look at the katakanas individually, just for a bit, even if it's like a day, and then go back to the sentences to follow through everything. I actually don't want to learn to read right now. Like, I actually don't. But I sound mad ignorant saying that, yeah. Ideally, I would have liked to learn how to speak fluently and then learn how to read and write. But it's a prerequisite for me to step out of Glossika and go into Genki or go into whatever textbook. Like, I need to do it because they're not, you know, Romanji friendly. They're not friendly to people who don't know the alphabet. So it is what it is, man. I need to learn to read, man. But yeah, Glossika's done. I'm naturally just absorbing some of the Hiragana just by looking at the sentences, and they're just adding weight. That the power of intuition is real, fam. The more I think about the power of intuition, the more I just think like theoretical explanations are just trivial, by nature trivial. I can do a whole video just talking about intuition and how it's benefited me with the Glossika system. But blood, I swear, like, it's so mad, yeah, that fam, I could do school, all of school in 2 years, yeah, and it's actually tempted me to do maths again. I'm serious, it's actually tempted me to go back and study maths. I recently watched a program on Netflix called Midnight Diners Tokyo Series, and I was shocked at how much I understood. You know, I had no expectations when it comes to understanding media content. You know, I just follow along, you know, try to gauge what the story is, English subtitles, but I was shocked how much I understood. You know, in terms of like vocab, in terms of just following everything along. And even when it came to, and this is the big thing, when it came to not knowing what the word was, but just assuming it from the context in conjunction to the words and the syntax I had already built up. Like, I understood a lot more than I thought. No, I didn't understand 50%. And again, I had to rewind a lot of times, but I surprised myself, man. And I've just been doing Glossika. Journaling a couple of times before with some of the videos I've made. Again, man, it's a testimony to the actual resource itself. And again, like, that proud feeling and the motivation I feel right now is also a function of, you know, setting your expectations in a realistic way. So, you know, earlier on in the year, I was like, last year, I was like, oh, I'm going to be fluent, I'm going to understand media, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Nah, man. Just because Glossika says I'm C1, like, I can't be walking around throwing up C1 gang signs and watching some episode and just being dumbfounded. Like, that will crush you. That will crush you. I've had them times where I've set my goals too. You can say ambitious, but for me, it's just being dumb, innit, yeah? Like, oh, I'm going to be fluent, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then when someone throws one basic sentence to you, you're just like, whoa, hey, nah, he's speaking slang to me. No, he's not. He's asking, what do you want? You know what I mean? So, again, man, this whole Japanese journey is coming together really nicely, man. So, looking forward now, I'm going to make the transition to Genki too. Once the reviews of my Glossika cards get down to a manageable level, so like 100 a day or 200 a day. And then that also means that I need to improve my Hiragana and Katakana skills. I might supplement it all with journaling and mix up with a few other languages I know, but yeah, my life is boring, man. You know what I mean? My life is boring. I'm in lockdown in London. There's not really much to talk about other than I woke up, I sat on the couch, I did work. You know what I mean? There's not really much to talk about. The only thing I can properly journal about with this boring life, innit, yeah, is my thoughts and positions of certain things, whether it's political or whatever it is, and that requires an abstract understanding that I still don't feel comfortable enough to delve into. But once I get to that level of abstract understanding and being able to communicate with people on different kind of issues like that, fam, it's gonna be a mad one. It's gonna be a mazza. I'm gonna be talking mad, bro. There's philosophy bars like, it's better to be a pig satisfied than Socrates dissatisfied. どっちの方がいいですか? Hey, man. But until then, you know, it's study time. So yeah. ありがとうございました.